Hi, I'm David Norris, and I'm serving up the perfect podcast, Pompey Platter with Russ, Daz and Haz. Play up, Pompey!
Murphy scores! A magnificent goal! That's just wonderful from Josh Murphy! Shaughnessy, great saving! Shaughnessy at the near post! Chance for Colby Bishop over the goalkeeper, off the post and into the back of the net! Colby Bishop! Lang's got his fourth! A fourth for Callum Lang!
Hello everyone and welcome to the Pompey Platter podcast, season 3, episode 3, Queen's Part Right Up Our Arse. I am your host, Russ, also known as Forgotten Pompey Girls. I am happy to be joined by a guy who loves to sing a Sam Smith so much that even his massive beard belts out, "Stay with me" every time he exhales. It's Haz.
Hello. That was good. I like that. I rate it.
How you doing, mate? All right?
All good, mate. All good. I've still got a full bottle of Darragh McAntony's Tears in my drink.
Ooh, yeah. I was going to bring that up a bit later on, but yeah.
I'm still drinking them, so I'm doing good, mate.
Good. Well, I'm also happy to be joined by the man's head is so bald and shiny that on Saturday, both set of players thought there was two suns in the sky. It's Daz.
We've had this conversation. It's balding.
You're going the same answer every week, aren't I? Because all your jokes are just going to be bald.
Exactly.
He's in denial.
I was all right a minute ago, but now I'm sad.
No, you're sad, because you just remembered you got no hair.
Well, no, I just remembered the scoreline and the game on Saturday.
Fair enough. Well, all three of us are proud to be sponsored by Florio's d'Italia, called the loveliest pizzeria in the UK by Times newspaper. Haz, if you go up to Till and mention Pompey Platter, how much percentage do you get off the bill?
A really good chunk of 20% off, mate. It's fantastic.
20%. All for just saying Pompey Platter. So get down to Palmerston Road in Southsea, take your partner, your family, it's the summer holidays, take the kids, mention us and get that 20% off. Right, lads. Shall we have a look back at the game on Saturday, unfortunately?
I'd rather just talk about Italian
what? Women? Food. Right.
I love that you went straight for women. That's amazing. Out of everything, my brain went straight to food. Russ has went, nah, Italian women.
Considering we were literally just talking about the Italian restaurant that sponsors us, I thought the dots would connect.
That's amazing.
Yeah, no.
Well then, Russ, you've really let yourself down there, mate.
Oh, I thought I did all right.
What's Bob been teaching you in your young days?
That's between me and Dad. Right. I'm going to switch up a little bit this week. I'm actually going to do all the positive review Has, and all the negative review Does.
Oh.
Because
Daz
struggles with the negative, but I feel like he needs to get it off his bald head. So, as it was a positive start, Haz, do you want to take us away all the way up to the goal?
Well, I haven't got very long then, have I? Yeah, I mean, it was a very similar start, almost copy and paste for the first probably, half an hour or so to the West Ham game the week previous. Obviously, we scored a bit earlier, I think, than we did. I can't remember what minute we scored at West Ham, but it was 15 minutes. But we were doing really well. You know, we were pressing well as a team. We were on the front foot. We were on the ball, creating chances, and it was like, oh, here we are. And we were creating good chances as well. Obviously, that we weren't getting on the ends of them. But for me, okay, it's still only game one, week one of the championship. We got 45 more games of the championship. I feel like, I know I'm going kind of to the negative straight away, but it's been such an overreaction after one game. You know, all right, Paul and Shaughnessy again didn't have their best games. Adams didn't have his best game. But they're not shit players overnight. And I just feel like we're just overreacting. But I'll go back to the first half. I thought it was a really, really good start. I thought Brooke Smith was doing really well down that left side again, linking up well with Swanson. Kamara was showing flashes. Again, I feel he's not quite up to speed and he's just kind of getting used to back being in that blue shirt of Pompey. But that will come. The more it goes on, the more it will come. And we were creating chances. There were good balls in the box where you feel like Kamara could have been at that back post, and it's probably somewhere where a Callum Lang would have been, where the ball's come in from Swanson from like cutting in, and it's gone over Colby, which is not Colby's fault, but there's no one attacking that back post, kind of on the corner of that 6-yard box. That's where you want your right winger to be, and that's where a Callum Lang or maybe even a Segacic would have been. And maybe that's because they're more inverted, and watching it, Kamara seemed to be hugging the touchline probably a bit too often for me. But again, maybe that's what he's been told to do. But the first half an hour was really positive, and obviously I love the fact that Ibu gets the assist for literally passing the ball to a player that's 35 yards out, who just does really well actually, because he kind of dummies it and sells Chair to go the wrong way, and it allows him to take that extra touch. And they said, I think we'll probably have goal of the season in week 1. Unless we get unless we get a bit of Josh Murphy magic at some point, or we get a fucking bicycle kick from BFS. We've certainly got a top 3 goal of the season already in a Pompey shirt. And it was a fantastic strike. Just pure, the ball barely spun. It kind of just floated in. It did peel away from Pierce Charles. There was nothing he could have done. It was just one of those goals. It was nice to see that, that it's all about the strike. There's no lucky deflection. There's no defensive errors, really. Because I don't think anyone, probably 9 times out of 10, a player, even a Terry Devlin's calibre, takes a shot. How many times have we seen opposition players, or even our own players, it goes sky high into about row 85 of the Fratton end, right? So I feel like it was good to see a pure goal, a pure footballing goal of a crowd going shoot, and the player obliges, and normally he goes, but it ended up in the back of the net. But like the West Ham game, I've slightly different to the West Ham game is in we scored a bit later on in that. But what I'll reference the World Cup, because obviously again we had a hydration break, which I don't agree with. I think they're professional athletes. It's not as hot as it was in the World Cup. It was, I was talking to the guy that sits in front of me. He said he was there, and he said he was in there in Miami, and he said down on the pitch it was touching 40 degrees centigrade, and that's why they had drinks breaks. But okay, it was 30-odd degrees or so.
It definitely changed the game, didn't it?
But again, like in the World Cups, we saw, because it's not just a drinks break of a couple of, here's a bottle, have a drink, throw it back, done. There's tactical advice being given within that, even though it wasn't as long as the World Cup ones, there's tactical advice being given within that minute, 90 seconds, whatever. And as soon as it carried on, you saw the change. QPR changed the way they were playing. They'd listened to the manager and how to deal with us. You need to do this. You need to do that. Pierce Charles started spraying the ball about, which I don't really get why we were pressing him so much, because it meant he always had a man to pass to. I feel like we should have let him have the ball, because he's not going to do anything with it if you've marked every other man on that field.
I think the reason why we pressed him, because I kept saying to my dad, he's going to give it away. He was taking so long on that ball. He's going to give it away. He's going to give it away. He's going to give it away. And then what happened later on in the game? He gave it away. Just unfortunately, we couldn't take advantage of it. And I think that was why, where he's young, because last week he dropped the ball in his net, didn't he, or something like that?
Yeah.
I think, and if Kamara had scored, then the tactic paid off.
Yeah, maybe. But I feel like they're still, even when we did press for their first goal, I think it was their first goal. No, maybe, no. It'd have been their third one, where it was played out. Brooks Smith was inside and Swanson was stuck between the right back and the right winger. He goes, Shocks doesn't come across, Paul doesn't come across, and it's all just everywhere. The defence was terrible again, to be fair.
It was.
But 3-1 on the opening day of the season at home is never a good result, and it's never a result you want. But there were positives to it. It wasn't like we were shit for 90 minutes. If we were crap for 90 minutes, I'd be worried. But we created plenty of chances. We had more shots. We had the same amount of on target. QPR, were more effective than us with what they had. Partly is because we literally gifted them, again, like West Ham, we literally gifted them to maybe all of the goals because we were so shit defensively. But you don't want to be perfect now. And as I said, there's 45 games to go. We can, as long as we rectify those errors, we've got time, in the transfer window with tactics to adjust of what we're doing with players. We can, Messino and the coaching staff will see what we're doing. Right, we need to go get another centre half, maybe. I don't know. We definitely need a left back, and everyone fucking knows that because Swanee can do a job, and I feel like was a bit hung out to dry because he really struggled against QPR. But that's not necessarily his fault. He's playing on the wrong side. And he can fill in for maybe a suspension for one game or two. But long term, we really need another left back. But I feel like there's plenty of positives. And the main thing for me is if you are leaky at the back, you're leaky at the back, whatever. But we're creating chances. And I feel when that kind of front line gels a bit more, I feel like if we can continue to create those chances, then the goals will come as well. And if we have to just play that football of we'll outscore you, because we know we'll concede because we're shit, then I don't mind that. We're in for some entertaining football.
Daz, coming to you now. So, as has already pointed, it sort of started to change after the hydration break. I started noticing Pompey were a bit more panicky on the ball. Started just kind of hoofing it a little bit, rather before that we were knocking it about quite nicely. And then a whole host of calamities for the first goal. I don't know if you want to walk us through it.
Do I have to?
Yes.
Well, I think I'll just go from the point where it comes into where it's in the box, and obviously Adams performs that sort of fly-in back heel thing, which I don't blame him for, because when I watched it back, obviously when I was at the game,
what else could he have done?
when I was at the game, I was like, what's he done? And then you look at it and you have to, and this is, you could play football at any sort of standard. This could be five-a-side down with your mates, or you could play at the top level. If the ball comes at you and your feet are moving in a particular way, you physically cannot move. So some people would probably expect him just to side foot, just change your feet and side foot out. It's impossible. So basically what he's done, his feet are already moving in a position, so he's just flicked his foot at it. It's probably better that than, a goal came from it anyway, didn't it? But you try and stop what's going to happen next, and he probably stopped to a tap in anyway. And then obviously it goes out to, back out to Poku, and not enough pressure, and the ball comes into Harvey Vale on the, kind of on the edge of the box. Again, not enough pressure for a player in that position. And then, I think it's Paul gets out-muscled by Burrell. He's got to be stronger there, or at least he doesn't have to win it particularly, but he has to be stronger in holding Burrell back. And then Devlin lost chair again from that point, just at the sort of edge of the 6-yard box, moving into it. And Schmid has to be stronger. Schmid has to come out. He has to get more.
He should
have
ended that. He should have just come and got the ball.
There's a whole load. There's one, Adams, if you can, I'll give Adams half a mark, but then you've got Paul, Devlin and Schmid, like all three of those. And I know sometimes it gets put into a busy area. And to be fair, the ball from Harvey, is it Harvey Vale? It is Harvey Vale, isn't it?
Yeah.
It was a good ball. It's a nice, like, it's got a lot of like dip on it. And from how far he was out to get the ball up and down like that, it causes a bit of chaos, but I just think we have to be a lot stronger. So that was horrible. I remember seeing it. I was just like, that is a disgusting goal to concede. And I get, obviously, people have said about the hydration break, like, and I know it has kind of changed games. Even during the World Cup, I hated that, like, sort of not people using it as an excuse, but for a reason. Like, I think, especially as professional footballers, and I know there's information coming on and that kind of stuff, but we're also getting that opportunity to get information on as well. So we can change something, or like, I mean, when we're 1-0 up, I don't think we have to press as much. In my point of view, I think we could have like sort of held off and then like given Charles as much time as he wanted in that position, like when the ball's there. Because when you're 1-0 up, as long as the ball's not down our end of the pitch, you're like, it's fine. It's up to them to then create something from there. I think once we pressed them, and I think the problem is when we did press them, we didn't press them all up the pitch. So you'd have like Bishop or Segatic or one of the other two, like trying to press, but it didn't seem like the two fullbacks were getting on, because I think it was either the second goal where Charles has picked out the right back. He's flicked it onto the winger, Poku, and then he's played it inside. And you've got two players there in the amount of space they had, where they had time to have a flick on and then play. And then we get all
second goal come from Ebu losing the ball.
Yeah. Like, oh yeah, that was it. Sorry, that was the third goal, I think it was, where the fullback flicked it on. But yeah, like Ebu's got to do better there. But again,
But there was a lot after that. Like,
exactly.
When I went on, and I thought, have I misremembered? Like,
No.
it was, and then when I watched it, it happens in their half.
Exactly.
Sheen literally leaves his man that gets the ball flicked to go and try and mark a player that's already been marked by Shotnessy. Devlin's lazy as anything to get back. Like, he's been a bit of a worry defensively for me the last couple of games. That left whoever the winger was way open, the goal scorer.
Stato.
That's it. And it was just like, how is one player getting the blame when there was, I'm not saying that Adams doesn't deserve a blame, but the way people were going on, I thought, I must have remembered that goal wrong. He must have directly passed it to someone and they went off to score for it.
Well, this is what I was saying on our group chat, right, was, again, and it's been the story of last season and really the season before, is when we concede, it's not just one mistake that we concede from. It's not like someone gives the ball away in the 18-yard box and then they score. We concede goals from a mistake like this one that Sato scored in our own half. So Ibu makes the initial mistake. The second mistake is Rocco Shane tries to go the wrong player. The third mistake is Terry Devlin is nowhere near Sato. The fourth mistake is Terry Devlin, Regan Paul, and Rocco Shane. None of them actually get stuck in. They all just run around and just stand there and don't get close enough to him to stop the shot. So there's
three of them were on him.
The fact that three of them, I know it took a deflection off Terry, and then Nico is stranded, so Nico can't be at fault for that goal. But the fact that there's three players stood in front of Sato, there's not a chance that ball should ever go that way. It should be pinging back towards the halfway line or going out for a throw-in. It's almost unforgivable. The lack of intensity and willing to actually put your bodies on the line from those three is worrying.
I think the reason, because I wanted to watch it, I watched all three goals back, and again, like you, Russ, I wanted to look back was just to see how much at fault Adams was for these goals, apparently. So, pardon me. And I looked back at obviously the one where Adams gave the ball away, And the reason I think Devlin is far off his man is that he's gone to push on because Adams has got the ball and he's lost it in an area he shouldn't have lost it in. It's like he wasn't under any pressure. He gave the ball away. That's what
I agree with that. But the moment Adams lost the ball, he should have been sprinting back.
But the thing is, I don't feel Devlin should have been pushing on that position anyway, because Adams is facing away from him, going to the other side of the pitch. I think what he should be doing, I mean, Devlin is a million times the player I am, and I don't know what he's been told or whether, like, do you mean, because if Messino, as soon as we turn the ball over and we look to go forward, if he wants his fullbacks to go on, then Devlin's doing the right thing. But the problem is that Adams is facing away from Devlin, going in the opposite direction. So then, and that's why I think Devlin was quite annoyed in you see in the replay, he was really annoyed with Adams, which is understandable. But that's the reason I think that lad's got so much time, because Adams plays it out tries to play it out to the left. Devlin's pushed on, and then they've turned it over really quickly, which is what they were going to do all day, because they didn't play well, like in my opinion, and how I looked at it, because especially when they scored their third, I had no idea how we were 3-1 down, because like, and I'm saying this because one, defensively, we were all over the shop, like for those 15, 20 minutes, and they just used their pace, and that's definitely not their strongest side. And I think we shot ourselves in the foot more than they played well and opened us up.
Oh yeah, it was definitely more us than them. Weren't impressed with them at all. It made me laugh on TalkSport. Someone went on there and said they're absolutely class and going to win the league.
Nah.
So that was funny to listen to. So yeah, disappointing to go there, go in half 3-1 down. I think everyone was just shell shocked that it was like, how was this happened?
It was just self-capitulation again, wasn't it?
It was. But watching, because obviously where I do segs vids for Mark, I get the pleasure to watch these games back. You're talking about like Devlin shouldn't be, in my opinion, pushing up when it's on the other side of the pitch, like you said. For me, it should be if you're on the left fullback goes up, the right stays back. But we push our fullbacks right up. We get caught out on the wings a lot. Is this any sort of tactical blame on Messino we could point at here?
If it's a repetitive issue, then yes.
Which it is at the moment.
So then then the tactics need to change.
Yeah, if it happens again on Saturday, which, to be honest, because from what I've seen, like Plymouth play like a 3-5-2 or 5-3-2, however you want to.
Plymouth.
Sorry, why are we playing Plymouth?
Why are we playing Plymouth?
Lincoln. Sorry, I've got my laptop open and like something said Plymouth on there. Lincoln play obviously 3-5-2 or 5-3-2. It depends if it's like, an attack or defence and that. And so they're going to have a little bit more width. It depends if their wing backs cheat or not. And I would guess they're probably going to look to cheat and stay as high as possible if they can, because that's where our weaknesses are at the moment, is when the turnover of the ball and how quickly teams can break on us and how out of shape we are. So I'd like to think, and I'd hope that obviously Messino's working out on this over that this week. And the thing is, we're away from home, aren't we, as well? So we haven't got to be the ones to like push the button, and it's on them to come at us. So maybe we can play like QPR did against us, and look to maybe break on them rather than dominate the ball and like sort of moving the ball forward quickly.
Yeah, obviously we'll come on to Lincoln in a little bit, but it is a concern of mine. Our full-backs pushing up. We have been caught out so many times on the wings. But let's try and talk about some positives. We brought on McQueen at half-time, which was at the time a bit of a surprise, because I thought Brooks Smith had a decent game. I was quite surprised it was him coming off. But boy, like that McQueen, I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but I can see why Messino said in a year's time he could play Premier League football. Don't know what you thought of his second half performance.
Yeah, I kind of echo what you say about Brooks Smith as well. I thought when it was happened, I kind of thought it was a bit unfair. But ultimately, Kavama McQueen came on and kind of was a level above. The fact it's very weird, the fact that kid's 17 and was producing the skill and everything else required. He was beating a man, he had the pace, he was getting stuck in with challenges. But he kind of, not that, Brooks Smith didn't have fear, but Kavuma McQueen went out there with no fear. And
You made, was it 6 slide tackles or 6 tackles or something like that?
I know. It's just, I mean, I love it. And it gives you a real conundrum because I know Brooks Smith is for the future, and obviously he's our player, but I do think that Kavuma McQueen probably starts at the weekend, just based off that 45 minutes. If he's fit enough, obviously you've got to be careful, because he is only 17. But he got right stuck in. He put in a couple of good balls. He had a couple of shots that were made. One couple of saved by Pierce Charles, couple that kind of went just wide. And again, once he gets used to the fully, he's only been in the building a week or less than. So once he's kind of got into the rhythm of the team and everything, I actually feel obviously Josh Murphy, once Josh Murphy's fit, will be starting on that left no matter what. Will probably take another 2 or 3 weeks to probably get him up to it, because obviously you've got to be careful with him. But at the moment, once Murphy's back, unless Kamara starts to produce, which unfortunately he will have to hit the ground running if he wants to keep that spot, I feel like Kavuma McQueen will be on that right wing with Josh Murphy on the left.
Yeah, for sure. Daz, I thought the return of Murphy was a big plus. It's a shame the players took about 20 minutes to kind of remember he was on the ball, because the sort of last, 10, 15 minutes, some of the balls he was putting in were causing so much trouble.
Yeah, it was just so nice to see him back. And obviously I know John Messina said that obviously they still got to be careful with him, but I just really hope this means that he's going to be really starting on his way back. Maybe another 1 or 2 substitute appearances and then be starting. But it's just the way he gets the ball. We've got no other player like that. And McQueen, when he came on, looked brilliant. But again, he's still learning. And if he's just starting to learn and he's looking like that, then hopefully he can keep pushing on, do a job for us this season. And you never know what happens. Obviously, maybe he could be starting for Chelsea next season. Who knows? But yeah, Murphy just does it like no one else does. Gets beyond players, gets the ball in. I think the problem is, I think at that point, by the time Murphy comes on, whether or not we like it or not, it kind of felt that the game was a bit dead anyway. So I don't think Bishop was. I mean, he hasn't really been at it for
This was the first game I thought, you know what, Bishop, just go away.
Yeah, I think.
To be fair, I will stick up for him in that. He was really effective for the first half an hour. And that's when we played ultimately that's when we played our best football. And then I think he started to get frustrated. I don't think we can play Morazi and Bishop together. I think they get in each other's way, and I feel like that if we continue to do that, that will ultimately just hinder not only them but the rest of the team as well. Because we're looking, I get it, if we're 2-1 down or whatever in the 90th minute and you've got a corner or something, quickly chuck one of the others on and get some extra height. That's not a problem to finish a game, but to play 20 odd minutes with both, 25 minutes or more with both of them up front, I don't think works.
No. And I think with Morazi as well, he needs a bit of time with Murphy, playing alongside Murphy, to sort of read those balls that he can get in really quickly. I mean, look at obviously the amount of deliveries that Murphy used to put on Bishop, and how well Bishop did playing alongside Murphy, because they had that understanding. They knew whether when Murphy got in those certain positions, they knew the ball was going to come in, and most of the time was going to come in with good quality as well. And the good thing about Murphy is he can whip it in along the floor with a lot of pace and power, but he can also like sort of get it in the air. Like
there was one he put in that if it just been probably a few inches lower, Morazy had a free header.
Yeah, and that's
no
the
one
thing.
marking him.
That will come as well, and I think with again with Morazy, obviously he's a little bit taller than Bishop, so like as a winger, you've got to sort of account for that. So you're not going to be putting the ball in. You want to put it a little bit higher, but obviously that will take a little bit of time to get used to. And I'm sure they'll be working on. There's so many different like sort of combinations and stuff like that they can work on the training ground, because it's no like sort of it's not like a random thing that how we scored certain goals with Josh Murphy on the pitch. Like they would have been working on things like that, and now we've got a right winger in Kamara, or McQueen could always play out on the right there. But yeah, it's positive seeing him. I just hope he doesn't break down again or anything like that. I hope this is the start of him and he can have a full season. Ross, when you said obviously about the young, is it Brooke Smith?
Yeah.
I thought he did really well. I just felt I wasn't surprised necessarily he came off at half time for McQueen. Mainly because even though Brooke Smith was getting himself good positions and he did incredibly well, I don't think he was sort of making enough of an impact, like sort of beat a player, really.
I get that. What I mean is at the time, not knowing what McQueen was going to do, it looked odd. Afterwards, got it spot on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's the thing. But it could have gone the other way as well. Didn't it? Like,
yeah.
I mean, again, it's one of those things where we're 3-1 down, and so that means QPR were going to sit in a little bit and keep, and like similar to what they did before that they scored their 3 goals. So they were going to again do the similar and try and catch us on the break. So McQueen was always going to have a little bit more time on the ball. So it'll be interesting to see when he plays, when it's sort of like 1 goal in it, whether we're winning or losing by a goal. And he might not have as much time on the ball. So I hope, and I think he will, because he looks like he's got that quality. You can just tell when someone's got the ball at their feet and how they move and how they get around the pitch. And he's also got a bit of bite about him. So let's hope it's the start of good things to come.
I always recommend, I think I've said it a few times in there, to watch games back, because my first initial thoughts on Morazy was, I'm not judging him, but that performance was a worry. He didn't look like he won anything in the air. He looked a bit off it. I could see why Messino was a bit reluctant to play him. But then actually watching it back, he played a lot better than I thought. Angles and that always helps as well. Like a couple of the headers, I thought, how did he not win that? He actually was nowhere near. Not his fault. There was one moment where he chested it down and knocked it back to Seggs, which was lovely to watch. The one where it isn't a pen, but you never know, he still nearly managed to score. So, would you guys start him the weekend? I know we're going to come on to Lincoln in a bit, but just quickly.
If he's fit enough, then I probably would. But
sorry.
I was going to say, if he's maybe not expected to last the full 90, but you give him 60, 70 minutes, and then Colby can come on. I don't see why not.
I mean, yeah, I'm happy to start. It depends if he's ready. And if he's all good to start, then because it all depends on how many minutes they think he will do and stuff like that. The thing is, this is not me saying that I think they should only give him 30 minutes or 40 minutes, like ease him in and things like that. Because I think players are protected way too much. And I think if you started him and they said, he can only do half an hour, I bet you could get 60 minutes out of him.
Probably.
I think you could do that. I think, unfortunately, nowadays it's so right, that's done. He's done his 20 minutes, get him off the pitch. I think sometimes, if you can allow them to go on a bit further, obviously it depends if they got any underlying injuries or anything like that. But if he's ready, throw him in. Why not? But I know Bishop, and obviously hasn't been at it for quite a while now. But I still never have a problem with him starting if if that's all we can start with.
But you've got a free midweek as well.
Yeah. So got a lot. You can work on him a lot during the week, especially now we've got a fair few amount of wingers in the building. So it's not like you sort of get into like today or tomorrow and like sort of then you get two more wingers in. These strikers, Marizzi and Bishop as well, have been able to work all week with the wingers, and so you'd like to think they will have some kind of understanding. It's just if Lincoln do play 5 at the back or 3 at the back, it's they're going to have to find a way of dealing with that, because if they got 3 big lads in the box, you're going to have to give them something to think about. Because if you just keep putting the ball into the box, I mean, I think if you watch the Cardiff Wrexham game, up until obviously they had that free kick, every time Cardiff put the ball into the box, it was just getting headed away because they've got 3 big, strong centre backs, and obviously we don't want to get, especially if we go 1-0 down, you don't want to get dragged into that, because it's just going to be a frustrating afternoon.
For sure. I just want to touch a little bit on some of the stupidity I've seen on social media.
What?
Absolute overreactions have just been painful. Some of the takes have been painful. Is it every fan base, or we just generally got idiots?
It's every fan base.
You reckon?
100%. 100% it is, because unfortunately you get idiots in every fan base.
The worst take I see, generally, I still can't believe I've seen it. It was Brooke, is Smedley in it, his name, said that we should drop Adams for Luke LaRue because he's a better passer of the ball. And his backing of it was a tiny sample of Luke LaRue's percentage against Adams. And it was barely any difference. And Adams has got way more minutes than LaRue. And the fact that every time I said anything about go and watch his performance against West Ham, there's a reason why FootMob gave him a 5.1, is I'm not sticking up for Adams. I do think we're playing him wrong. He didn't have a great game, but nor has Luke LaRue. I mean, it's like, why is it when players don't play, they all suddenly become a superstar?
But also, Luke LaRue is a player that's been told he can leave.
Exactly. So
because he is not good enough.
He was awful against West Ham, like awful. And there's people out there that want him over Adams. It just absolutely baffles me. Anything you boys have seen that absolutely made you laugh?
Apparently John Messino.
He
get rid of him.
Sacked. Yeah,
he'll be sacked because he's either the football stale or what was it? It's just sort of not exciting, or like, well, the fact that we've finished above our budget for like 3 years on the trot and finished above it, but probably by about 6 or 7 spots, is absolutely mental. And to be honest, if you've got a bottom end budget, football isn't going to be that as exciting, like as in like the whole season, because you've got to battle. Like, and if you've got a lower budget, I mean, look at, say, Stoke City, for example, when they first went to the Premier League, like their football was big units, get the ball forward and see what you can do. It's not easy on the eye or exciting in that way, but I bet if you spoke to any Stoke City fan now, and if they're trying to play fancy football this season, what they would prefer, going back to those days with like this big units on a cold night and wet and cold and Tuesday night in Stoke, or now I definitely reckon they'll be going for that old school style of football, because sometimes you've got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we all know how toxic places like X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, can be. So that's why I've turned my attention, I know you boys have, to an app called Fanalyst.
Still can't say it right.
It's Fanalyst. So I listened to someone say it, and they said Fanalyst, so I copied it. So how would you pronounce it then? Go on, interrupting my little bit.
It's Finalysis.
That's what I'm saying. Fanalysis.
That's two different things, mate. You've just said.
I say fan-alysis.
You.
Fanalysis.
No, that's two different things. Listen back later, and you will hear yourself say two different words.
Yeah,
I pronounce it fan-analysis shine. Or Shane.
Fanalysis. No?
Fanalysis.
Fanalysis.
But
I'm calling it fanalysis.
But you know when you say a word over and over again, like keep saying it over and over, it loses its meaning. And you don't understand what that word is. That's kind of how I'm feeling right now.
Move
Fair
on.
enough. Right.
Fanalysis.
Anyway, we want to get people on fanalysis, however you want to pronounce it, because it is for like-minded fans, a bit like us. You know, we're not over the top like some weirdos on X or Twitter. To come together, debate all things going on from Pompey, from transfers, tactics, lineups, and just basically anything to do with the club without all that toxicity. To the point where you can't even reply anything. I wanted to call you bald on the reply, Daz, and it told me I couldn't do it. So it is a more fun, safe place to be. Chance to give, flowers to players who maybe are getting a bit stick that you don't think deserve it. You can give their ratings, the player reviews, after each game. And the good thing is only Pompey fans can comment on what's going on at our club. But you can also look at what other clubs in the Championship are saying and talking about, but obviously you can't comment on theirs, so it keeps the outsiders away as well. If you download the app and give us a follow, that'd be great. And you can get your predictions in for the game on Saturday and your lineups and everything. So, speaking of predictions, should we move on to the Lincoln game?
Indeed, we shall. So Pompey are playing away to the newly crowned champions of League One, up into the Championship at a 12:30 kickoff. So good luck to all the people travelling nice and early for that. Portsmouth have never lost at the LNER Stadium in all of their visits there. We have only lost one out of the last 10 games to Lincoln, which was at Fratton Park, which was a 1-0 loss. Morgan Rogers scored for Lincoln, and Jack Watmore was sent off for Pompey. The last time we played Lincoln at the LNER, please, Daz.
2-0. What season we went up?
And Russ, who were the scorers?
Paddy Lane and what's his name? Pert Harris.
Yeah, that was correct, absolutely. And
that Pert Harris goal was one of my favourite goals of that season.
And surprisingly, Will Norris got man of the match from FootMob. So well done, Will. I hope
you saved the penalty.
I hope you're enjoying League Two.
Did we save the penalty and literally scored straight from that?
I think so. Oh, that's not the right fixture. The referee is Tony Harrington. He so far has already given a red card. He's given 4 yellows and a red card in the one match he has refereed so far, which was Bradford versus Peterborough. And I'm just going to quickly search up the club and how many times he's reffed us, because I didn't get that part quite ready. I'm still getting into the swing of things, just like Pompey. Started off well and then burnt out. Doobie-doobie-doo. Where are we? Haven't been reffed that many times by him. I'm sure we had him last year. There we go. 4 times. 1 win, which was against Preston last season at home. 2 losses, which was against Preston the season before away. Also the 4-1 loss to Arsenal in the FA Cup last year. And then a draw all the way back in 12-13 season to Donny Rovers.
There's a big gap.
Yeah. Interesting. I think he is Select 1, so that's probably why. Because he's in the Premier League referee group.
All the games you're mentioning, I don't remember him being a dick. So,
well, I mean, apart from the Arsenal, but that's more. The Arsenal game was more on the Arsenal players diving around like diving little cheating bastards, rather than his referee performance.
Well, I remember the first half, he actually didn't let them do it. They all kicked off at half time. Arteta was moaning at him, and then the second half, he gave them everything.
pretty much. So, I'll come and Boo goes first now. I think I went first.
I listened back. I listened back. So I went first week. Then it was Daz. So it's you now. Has
Excellent. Well, obviously, as we know, we are keeping in line with our Finalysis predictions. I just think, although Lincoln's really elongated run obviously came to an end after just losing to Middlesbrough at the Riverside doubles from Will Lancashire, I think they actually played quite well by all from what I've seen in all accounts, and actually watching, they created a lot of chances and did well.
First half, I think they had a good game, didn't they? In second half, Borough battered them.
Yeah, but they put up more of a fight. They didn't just bend over like I think a lot of people said they would. You know, I saw the score, and obviously I went for Middlesbrough in our last man standing, and I was thinking, oh, fuck, I'm out the first week again.
Which is why I thought I fucked it for everyone. It's the first time I've ever got through.
Yeah, I think it's only the second I have. So obviously we're keeping in touch with Finalysis, but I think Lincoln's first game at home in 65 years, I think it is, in the second division or the championship. So I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw.
Damn you.
And I'm going to go for Kavuma McQueen. I feel like he might produce some magic.
Nice. Go on, Daz, you go next.
2-1, Pompey. Who's going to score?
Rocco Shane.
Abu.
Shush the Pompey fans. I don't know what to do now, because this is a game where I think you could done with playing them probably in about 3 months' time when they're shit and being beaten every week. You don't really want the first game of them being at home against them, do you? Although our record there is pretty good. Haven't
lost there before.
Also, sometimes it might not be a bad time to play teams like that, because sometimes the occasion get a little bit too much. Obviously, it's not like the first game, so sometimes you never know, you can catch them out.
I want to go 2-2, and if I say the player and they don't start, I'll get the other player still. We're doing that every week, aren't we?
Every week is... Yeah, it's the super sub is replacing your goal scorer if your goal scorer hasn't already scored. But if they're replaced because they doesn't start, then if your selected goal scorer doesn't start, the player starting in their position becomes your goal scorer.
Yeah, and that's every week. It's not a wild card. Yeah?
No, that's correct.
Right, so I'm going to go Morazy, and then
it's Colby.
If he starts, then so be it.
Fair enough. So what was the score you went?
2-2.
Desmond and Morazy. Also, it annoys me that the club aren't calling him Morazy. Just call him Morazy. It's what's on the back of his shirt. Stop calling him Milovanovic. I know that's his name, but I get that's his name, right? But he clearly wants to be called Morazy, hence why that's on the back of his shirt. So why can't we just stick with that?
Definitely, 100%. Right. I was just going to ask, what changes would you make? Same back four, goalie change? We spoke about Morazy already, and pretty much the wingers already. But what about the back? Any changes? Would you bring Arthur?
I mean, I'd quite happily drop the entire back four.
I'd bring
who,
Arthur.
I would probably put Benji Arthur in for Regan Poole.
Other than a couple passes, I thought he looked all right.
And we've got where plenty of height can be danger in both. That's the thing. Like, Connor shocked to see he had 2 headers that he would have scored last season. He had one in the first half from a corner, and then the second one came, I think, from a free kick.
He should have scored them both without a doubt.
He had really good opportunities,
especially the first one.
Yeah, that he scores them, and that's what gives us a sort of attack in both boxes.
So would you have Arthur playing as well, Des?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, if Paul, or if it's the same back four, because I don't think we've got a lot of options anyway, have we? If it was the same back four, I wouldn't be against it, because you'd like to think they worked this week and they've done enough to be able to be given another opportunity, because they've been here, done well for us. They've been great defenders for us. Okay, they've had especially on Saturday, had an iffy game, but that's not enough to just lob them out. I mean, it's the first game of the season, not the 48th. Fucking hell, where am I going? It's not the 20th. Do you mean? And they've been bad. So I'd give them an opportunity. Also, the goalkeeping situation, it wouldn't bother me too much if the other lad came in. But
do you think he will?
I don't know. I don't think he will. I don't think he will, because I think because obviously his body of work for us, I think it gives him another opportunity. But obviously I don't think he can, I don't think Schmid was horrendous, but he's just not at the levels he was, especially in that first season. So I've
got a question about that.
And now with a bit of pressure on him, there's kind of, it's not we'll put Bursic in or Killip. And don't get me wrong, I think they're both decent enough keepers, but they're not ones you bring in and drop Schmid for, where the lad looks like that.
If you are going to make that goalkeeping change, it needs to happen within the next 5 matches, simply to get Bielica time and game time, one, to get used to that back four, but also we cannot be having him being too raw and fresh in English football going into that scum game after that international break. He needs to have played at least 5 matches before the international break if he's going to be your number one goalkeeper.
Would you bring him in now? No, you stick with Schmid.
Schmid hasn't done... Everyone, again, acting like Nico's just fucking done a Rob Green and thrown it in his own fucking net. Yeah, okay, he hasn't been amazing, but I'm fed up with digging people out and throwing people out, telling people to get fucked after one mistake. I
agree. I would keep Schmid for now.
If he does the same thing for the next 4 games, maybe, and, doesn't come out and is sloppy, then yes, Bielica can come in 100%. But I think after one game of the league, for me, the mistake from Messina was not playing Bielica in the Carabao Cup game for a start. But to drop Nico already, and no, I disagree.
I have a question about Schmid's mentality, right? Is there something going on confidence-wise about coming out for the ball? Because
he's married, mate. He doesn't need to.
That's why I said for the ball. I realised I said coming out and stopped. Because I never had that as an issue for him until he broke his hand against Scum.
Well, that's Conor Ogilvy's fault. So really, we can blame we can blame him for ruining Nico Schmid. Fine.
Well, actually, it was the Scummer that pushed him. I can't remember who it was.
Well, they're all the same dirty cunts.
I think it was that Price, wasn't it? I can't remember now.
Isaac Price doesn't play for Scum.
Who was the one they brought from West Brom last season?
Tom Fellows.
That's it. Sorry, not Price, Fellows. Since that moment, I just feel like he's not got the same confidence coming out for the ball. Do you think there's anything linked, or is that just a big coincidence? Because it just seems like before then, he didn't give a shit. Now he does.
No, I think there could be definitely something in it. That's something you'd obviously need to know and look inside Schmid's head. But I mean, there's loads of instances and loads of lads that I've played with and stuff like that where they've picked up a really bad injury, and then when they've come back, they've always been a bit iffy about going in. One of my friends had a really bad incident with his leg where he they had to open his leg up and drain the blood. And then ever since then, he was worried about going in for tackles and that kind of thing, which is totally understandable. And but I think if that is the case, then Schmid needs to which I hope he is anyway. And if he hasn't, he should do is maybe speak to the club and see what they can do. Maybe speak to someone and sort of get around that. But it's definitely definitely could be a reason, 100%.
Interesting though, but so we all would keep Schmid for Saturday, yeah?
Yeah.
I don't think he's done enough to be dropped. If
Yeah.
the lad did come in, then I'd be okay with it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, same. Right. I think we were hoping to discuss transfers, but there is none. I don't even think we've even been linked, have we, with anyone other than a left back for Liverpool?
Yeah, was it Chambers, wasn't it?
Chambers,
22 years old. Was on loan at... Where was he on loan last year?
He was at Wigan, wasn't he? Was it Charlton last year?
Charlton, wasn't it? That's
I think
it.
I saw someone say Charlton.
Obviously, it's a position we need to sort out.
I would personally like to look at a permanent left-back solution, really.
And especially with the news of Ogilvy being out for another 6 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, again, the left-back position is something where you have, in Conor Ogilvy, obviously you have that solid 6 or 7 out of 10 at every single game with a very rare mistake, but you don't really ever get that 9 out of 10, or I would say he's playing in that kind of bottom 6 of the Championship. He's playing at the top of his game and cannot progress any further than that. That's his limit. Yeah. Whereas with Ogilvy being that's not a problem. But if we want, it's a position that you have that you are able to progress and get a higher caliber player in, who is going to be a mid-table to playoff pushing, if that's what we're wanting over the next 2 or 3 years, and pulling away. That's an opportunity that you can get a higher caliber player than Conor Ogilvy, and that's not doing him any disservice because he's been a fantastic servant to us since Danny Cowley brought him in. But I don't know. For me, I don't know if we can go into another season with Ogilvy being the starting left back and having someone worse than him as the backup. I feel like we should have someone better. I haven't got any names to hand, but, that's not my job. That's Rich Hughes' right.
There was one on a free that we didn't.
Well, Dennis
sign.
Sirkin, yeah, but he's not fit, so.
No, it was it the other lad?
Hang on, sorry. Why it's on my mind? Lamptey Lamptey. Is he injured again?
Yeah. well, I don't think he's injured. I think they got him and he wasn't fit. I think they said he wasn't going to be starting. Same as Sirkin.
Neither of them are fit enough. But yeah, so I feel like Ogilvy as a backup with someone a bit better would be what I'd be doing rather than getting a loan. I'd be looking at a permanent.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, Swanson and obviously like Williams played out there. They both did good jobs. Like they're good, capable fullbacks, especially right back. But playing on the opposite side, I think you can do it as a centre back. You can play on the left hand side, right hand side, whichever one you're not as strong at, and you can get away with it. But I think being a fullback, playing on the opposite position, if you're not great with your weaker foot, is a lot more difficult because you're not just expected just to look after the ball and move the ball out like wide or through the middle. You're actually looking to go beyond the winger. So then when you're in those positions, you're in an attacking position. So you've got to be decent with that stronger side. And if you're not, then you can kind of come unstuck. I mean, we'll look at both Williams' goal against, both Williams and Swanson won it against Millwall last season when they both cut in and hit it with their right foot. I don't know. I don't think you get that if they're cutting in from the other side and hitting it with their left foot. I don't think you get as much as a.
Well, I don't know. Didn't Swanson score left-footed one against? Was it Fleet?
It was one of his first games, wasn't it? He cut in on his left and put it into the far corner. Yeah.
Yeah. Was it Fleetwood?
I can't remember.
Now.
Anyway, yeah, but like as a fullback, you need to be specific in that spot. If you're a left back, you need to be a proper left back. And Harry has made a fucking very good point actually about that with Ogilvy. I like the bloke and I like him as a left back, but as has said, like he depends on how far we want to go. is maybe like sort of, and by the way, being a bottom six to like sort of mid-table fullback in the Championship is a very good standard and very good level. So like this is, as Has said, it's not like sort of bad mouthing him or anything like that, because that's a great standard to be playing at. But if we want to keep pushing on, then we do have to sort of look for a little bit better or a lot better, depends on where our budget's at. But that doesn't take away the fact that these players have been really good for us, and we don't want to see them go. But I mean, football's football, isn't it?
Well, left back's been my want for the last 2 years, really. But it is what it is. I don't think we'll bring anything in other than a loan, personally. Unfortunately.
2 quick points on transfers one was, we were linked to Bamba Dieng. He's failed another medical at Lazio. So that's 3 or 4 medicals he's failed now this summer.
Wow.
Also, the numpty on Twitter that suggested that we should be looking to sign Yves Bissouma on a free.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
That's just fucking stupid.
Yeah.
So you don't even know what there's nothing you can say to that stupidity.
No, that's up there with replacing LaRue for Adams as stupid twat of the week. Right, shall we go on to our segments?
We can indeed.
Daz, you got your dazzling darts ready?
I have. Oh. It's time for Dazzla's darts. Production value is still going through the roof.
I'll tell you what, your audio sounds a lot better with that mic.
It does it?
Yeah, especially with the music.
Oh, perfect.
Now we're going to get copyrighted.
Well, I always make sure I keep it under 30 seconds. That's where I do my best work. So what we're doing, as we're playing Lincoln City this weekend, and there's a link between us and Lincoln City, and that link is a man called Danny Cowley. Ooh. So what I've done is the appearances of any players that have played under Danny Cowley.
For both teams?
For whoever. Because
so you can say the thing is, Pompey, this.
Well, it's
Lincoln that.
No, to just the player, basically. It doesn't matter who they played for, because some players have played for at 2 clubs, some have played at 1, some have played for him for 3 clubs. I mean, Danny Cowley is one of those managers that likes to take certain players with him. So yeah, it's basically any players that have played under Danny Cowley.
Okay, but what I mean is like with Raggett, he's played for.
So
both.
It's all appearances all added together.
Right. Okay. Right. I'm with you.
So who wants to go first? Say their name now.
You tell us.
All right. Bloody hell. All right. Has, you can go first then if Russ is going to be like that. So Has to throw first.
So it's all-time appearances for players under Danny Cowley?
Yes.
Fuck me. Let's go for that ball striker that he had at Lincoln, Matt Reed.
Right. See, I don't know whether, because he played in the conference for him, didn't he? I don't think he played. This is all Football League, this actually.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well, you didn't make that clear, did you, Daft Bread?
Okay. Well, this is for...
Let him pick another player. Go on.
Okay. Matt Macy.
98.
Good start.
So 501 minus 98 is 403. Russ to throw next. I need to have like a constant bit of music in the background like they do at the old for the radio, don't they? But
yeah, we need to find some uncopyrighted music to play.
Oh, there's loads of that on YouTube. Let's go for Conor Ogilvie.
Connor Eagley. 67.
Probably more than that.
Has.
Hello.
George.
Just trying to think of who else.
So don't forget all the teams that he's managed. You've got Lincoln, Pompey, Huddersfield,
Colchester. Josh Koroma.
Oh, he was going to be one of mine.
No, it's got to find
Sorry,
him.
or Josh Korma, if you know, you know.
Josh Koroma. Don't know where he is here, actually.
That's Pompey and Huddersfield.
Yeah.
It can't be that many because I'm going down the list and he's not there.
Oh.
Yeah, well, he played like a whole season for Huddersfield with him, didn't he?
Yeah, this is why I'm wondering where he's on this list. Let me go back to the top.
I reckon you missed him.
See.
So, probably only had about, 10 with us? 15
I'll
maybe?
say it's probably maybe about 45, 50 appearances in total.
Yeah, I would say that.
Yeah, because when did he... Because he basically stopped playing once I think he got sacked, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, we literally cut his loan, did we, October or something like that? November or whatever it was.
Where is he? No, that's not how the song goes, but...
That's disastrous darts is back,
Well,
ladies and gentlemen.
Back.
I'm doing it, oh, here we go. Got him. 29.
Is that it?
He was so...
Fucking hell.
What happened?
Well,
29?
I was going down it because, basically, unlike just picking a player and looking at their stats, if I went to search the player, I'd have to try and work out how many times he played for Danny Cowley, which was not working out. So,
Right. So what does that put me on?
Right.
that puts you on 374.
Ronan Curtis.
I saw him earlier. That's more towards the top.
I thought you meant in person.
I was going to say, how the fuck is
What
he?
were you doing in Plymouth?
Well, that's what I was talking about Plymouth earlier. 87.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
I just had a player in my head, and then because you mentioned Ronan Curtis, he's disappeared. Oh fuck! Who was it?
There's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7 players that are over 100 with him.
Is there any over 180?
There's one, which is Harry Anderson. He's on 226. Played from 3 clubs.
Yeah, I was going to say Lincoln, and he's at Colchester now. I don't know what the third club is though.
Don't know.
Surely he didn't sign him for Huddersfield. He's never been that good.
Maybe it means I don't know. I didn't know whether he went to Lincoln and went back. Maybe.
No, he was at Bristol Rovers for a bit. Jesus Christ.
He can't help you.
Fuck me, why can't I think of anyone? I feel like Sean Raggett's got to be too high. How many years did he have with him at Lincoln?
Yeah, but when that non-league, so it wouldn't count, would it?
Oh, we'll go Sean Raggett then.
See, this is what because when you were saying, was Sean Raggett too high? I said, obviously, there's only one player that's over 180.
Yeah, I thought Az wasn't listening.
There you go. Sean Raggett's 168.
Oh, fuck's sake. I knew I should have gone with him earlier.
I don't understand why neither of you went for him nice and
Well, I thought he was going to be too. That's why cheekily, you shouldn't have told us. You went, yeah, this player. I was like, oh, cheers, Daz.
So
well,
I'm going to go for Sean
what does
Raggett.
that put me on?
that puts you on 206. There is one player that is higher than Sean Raggett.
Really? Wow.
Between Sean Raggett and Harry Anderson is one player.
Well, I don't know if I'm going to get that one. I'm just going to. I don't know who played for his other teams. I'm just going to go for Pompey players that I know. Joe Morrell.
Joe Morrell. Pretty sure I saw him on the next page.
It's not what I want to hear.
62. Because I was trying to go through and like double check that it was sort of there was players that had played for him like for two other teams, and it does say like he played at two clubs. So I was just double checking it actually worked.
Was there anyone else that he brought here that he'd already had? Just trying to think. Because he did like to bring his ex-player. Tyler Walker.
Tyler Walker. I did see him actually, didn't I? Where was he? The thing is, I think with Tyler Walker, he was only on loan at Lincoln. Was he on loan at Lincoln when he was there?
Yeah. From Nottingham Forest, wasn't it?
Yeah. Where is he?
Who's now playing in the Welsh Premier Division, so well in, Tyler.
Can be a fall off, can't it? That's the only problem. Once you go on, you're going. Here we go.
Amazing, the Welsh.
Tyler Walker, he's played for him at two different clubs, and he played 24 times.
That's low.
It is like that.
What's that for me on?
206 minus what? Was it? 24? So you're on 182.
Can I have Ryan Tunnicliffe?
You can have Ryan Tunnicliffe. I did see him somewhere when I was sifting through. Ryan Tunnicliffe, where are you? You're there. 47.
What am I on?
That's 47. You're on 238.
Fucking hell.
Has.
Let's go Zachary Swanson.
I saw him. Pretty sure he was. Here we are. 19.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think it'd be a lot. It took him a while to actually play.
Don't forget, like, he kept playing. Who did he kept playing at right back?
Rafferty.
No, but he would like Rafferty was injured, wasn't he? So he played someone else there, and he wouldn't play Swanson. So when he playing like Robertson there?
What does that put me on?
163.
Yeah, he did play Clark Robinson there, didn't he? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or because he took one mad free kick or corner, whatever it was.
Fuck.
40 turned into David Beckham.
That was ridiculous. That stage. That's when you really realised he was fucking losing the plot.
There was my thing with Danny Cowley is you can't deny he definitely knows talent because we still got what 4 players he signed. But yeah, things like that was just what makes him a poor manager, unfortunately. Jesus Christ, I'm struggling here to think of players. I can think of like Bishop, but how many did he play under him? Like 20, doing. Who did we sign? Rico Hackett.
Wow, I don't know where he is. A player that we'll be seeing. He's fit, isn't he? Or did he play on the weekend?
I think so.
Rico Hackett. Who else will be seeing? Towler.
Doors.
Yeah.
Doors.
Rico Hackett, where are you, son? don't think he's played that many.
Could have sworn he loved fucking Rico.
Well, that's what I thought. But obviously, well, again, like how long was he playing?
He's a jacket signing, wasn't he?
See, I never minded Rico Hackett, to be honest.
No, mate.
Couldn't head a ball to save his life, but
except for when he scored against Plymouth.
well, yeah.
But it was when he did that skill move off the pitch, which was like, I'm fucking done with you.
Yeah, I didn't understand that. Where is he? Can't be the way down there. Is there any problem doing it this way?
I reckon he's only played about 10 games.
Do you reckon?
Yeah.
You reckon?
Yeah.
He loved him at one point, and I couldn't wait for him to get out of the fucking team.
So this is a problem with doing it this way. I tried doing it a different way, but
It's still disastrous.
Do.
come on.
Need some elevator music.
Do.
Although Rico Hackett did score one of the best IQ goals for Lincoln, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, but you'd also be fuming at the keeper, wouldn't you?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Computer's frozen now.
Amazing.
Let's go back to the top. See, this is the thing. If I had a couple of other people working for me, I'd be all right.
Well, get your missus involved. Can you not search it? It? Like, just type the name.
Get your next door neighbour in.
She's like 80.
She might be more useful then. She's about the same age as you.
I was going to say, you're related.
I'd be retiring by then. I can't even see him on there. See, he must have played more games than Mingy.
I forgot who even you said now. Oh, yeah.
I'll just say another player. Struggling to think who he signed. I don't know anyone who played for him at other clubs. Who did he fucking bring in? Oh, I know ain't going to be many, but Pack.
Hold on, let me see if I can work out this way.
We are sorry if you have to sit here and listen to this shit.
This is live, Harry. You just. Oh, hello. Actually, well, I've googled it. He played 56 games.
I thought it would be quite a bit.
Not under Danny Cowley, he didn't.
That's what it says here.
Not a chance.
Did Rico Hackett play 56 times for Portsmouth under manager Danny Cowley? 34 appearances in 2021, 22. And
how many
22 appearances during his first half at 2022-2023.
Well, no, even if he come on,
he
really did love him, didn't he?
Yeah,
He did.
Right, come on, hurry up, Harry. Ain't got all day, mate.
Gavin Bazunu.
Actually, I think I was on.
Oh, that's a shout.
1 full season in goal.
Yeah, that's what 46. That's 46, isn't it?
Do you remember seeing Gavin Bazunu?
Did he play in cup games?
If we did we even get far in any of them? Maybe 50 at most. And also, don't forget with like Rico, he probably played a lot in like the Checker Trade games or whatever they were called back then.
I'm just going to do it like this.
He's just typing in his email address.
Bald-headed git.
46. It's actually like AI is cracking for this. Actually, to be fair, I should have done with this the way through.
Oh my god! You didn't even think of using AI.
No, because I was trying to use Transfer Market because apparently you can only use Transfer Market. I was told, Harry.
No, AI will just get every bit of information.
It's not necessarily accurate though, but we'll go with it. So what
if it means it's quicker?
117. 117. Russ, you're up.
Okay. Who did we bring in? So Sean Williams didn't play a lot, did he? Rafferty got injured. Who played like first season? It's his first season I'm struggling with. He did have 1 full season, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had like two halves and one full.
Piggott?
That was a full season, wasn't it?
I
Yeah.
was about to put Scott Piggott then. That's the goalkeeper I used to play with when I was younger. So that's not him.
Cheers, Grandad.
You're welcome.
Joe Piggott.
Feed the pig.
And he won't score.
AI's not showing me this time.
Oh,
They obviously don't know Joe Piggott.
Oh.
How many games did Joe Piggott play under Danny Cowley? Fuck off. Why is it not on there? So, how many games Joe Piggott? This isn't working out, boys. I ain't gonna lie.
Shock horror.
Well, to be fair, this is probably the longest, and this is why I should have kept my normal routine of doing like this. But I thought I'd be.
That's all right. As has said, we're all still dusting off the
Thought
cobwebs.
I'd be funky and do it like this way, where I'd maybe had like a list and match it up. But no, sorry, Barb.
Bob's probably fallen asleep now.
Nothing wrong with that. Where's Joe Piggott?
I literally cannot remember anyone else that played under Danny Cowley.
No, I'm struggling.
I've got 100.
I'm trying to think of someone who came in when Jacket
left.
and he kept him, but I don't think he kept anyone, did he, other than Curtis?
Right, so shall we guess? Because Joe Piggott played 35 times for Pompey. It would have been.
Well, that'd be it then, wouldn't it? Because
It was the whole season, wasn't it?
yeah, so that'd be it then, wouldn't
Lovely.
it?
There you go then.
Cool.
148.
Owendale.
Shout. Again, yeah. He never played with him at another club, did he? So if it's quicker, just see how many times he played for Pompey.
Thinking.
Maybe about 40 odd. Push.
Avondale. 43.
Jack Watmore.
What does that leave me
Leaves you
on?
on 74.
Thank you.
Welcome.
I'm sure Jack Watmore was there the first season under Cowley. I remember him playing in that annoying red and black kit that they slightly shifted over.
Yeah, why couldn't that have been central?
I don't know. That was I still liked it. I still got it, but it was annoying.
Why haven't we got the third kit yet, by the way?
Well, yeah, it's very late, the fur kit. Do you reckon they're going to do something funky, or
Maybe they're going to do it for Lincoln? Because otherwise we're going to wear the yellow one, aren't we?
the yellow one would make sense? Well, surely we just play the blue one, no?
Oh,
They wear...
I don't know.
Jack Watmore played 8 times.
Did he actually? Oh, must have had it, unless it was... Did we have that kit under Jacket? Oh, I can't remember.
Has you acquired 74.
No, it was under Cowley, because I remember being MK Dons away and having a back. Reminded me of another player, actually, of back three of Sean Williams, Clark Robertson, and the player I'll go for, Kieran Freeman.
Yeah, it's a good shout. Again, don't think he played anywhere else. So.
I just remember that game against, was it Plymouth, when he went to head it and he fucked it. Uh, 20. Russ.
Yeah, I'm just thinking.
This should probably be the longest game I think we played this.
Dark,
Yeah,
because there's not a lot of high numbers, is there?
Because you picked a shit subject.
To whittle it down.
I'll blame the fixture list.
Who else did we fucking have under him? How many have I got left?
140.
Oh, fucking hell. Be here all night. Let's go with Dane Scarlett. I can't remember anyone. That's going to be like ridiculously high. He must have had, 30?
26.
26, there you go. How much has got left?
54.
Come on, Az.
Okay.
Two more. I've got about 10 more.
George Hurst.
Good shout.
Because that was a full season as well, wasn't it?
It was,
He
yeah.
didn't start the first season, did he? First half.
Yeah, but
No.
he come on as subs though, didn't
All the
he? Quite
time,
often.
yeah.
I still remember his first appearance and he fell over in front of the Fratton end, and I think that was the moment everyone went, "He's shit."
He ended up on
46.
He played every game.
what's that on now? So
You're
8.
Weirdly, I think it's easier once it gets lower with this one.
yeah.
I've got a player in mind straight away.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I could probably let's just say a player that has can hurry up and win. I said Tunnicliffe, didn't
Yeah.
I? Owen Dale's been said. I'll just go Bishop. I know ain't many, but I'm gonna be there all day with the amount I've got to get. He must be like 20 odd. I think he must have played every game under Cowley.
I reckon he's about 25.
Yeah, and you look at halfway through when he got sacked. Yeah, 25 a cut games.
26.
There you go.
Right. Last
8.
one. I reckon I can get it in this.
So he's got 8, but he can go up to 18, can't
Yeah.
he?
Aidan O'Brien.
I've got a feeling that might be like 20.
Half a season. Back end of January, wasn't it? Right at the end.
Oh, yeah, it was literally deadline day. Yeah, you're right with that. Actually.
So February onwards.
Yeah.
Thinking it must be 18 or less. And I remember we were all really pissed off that he didn't get a new contract, wasn't he? Because he was only here for a few
He
months.
scored that.
The Wigan goal still lives in the memory.
Or the Accrington Stanley goal was pretty nice. We ran the whole length of the pitch.
Yeah, we were fuming, and he went was it Shrewsbury, and then did nothing.
Pretty much.
And we got Bishop. So, who, by the way, everyone, if anyone's listening while we talk about Bishop, hasn't people the way people talk about him still irritates me. Don't get me wrong. I think we need to move on from Bishop, and I hope he moves on one day, and blah 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 blah. But I hate it when people disrespect him, because that is a big reason why we are where we are.
Yep.
And that's getting up and staying up the first season.
Aidan O'Brien played 17 games.
Ooh, just.
So,
And just to finish up, Miguel Aziz, I think he played 4 times, has wins. Whee.
I like to move it. 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 You like to move it.
there you go. I waited all that time.
Fantastic.
Waited all that time to do that.
Right, that took 25 minutes.
No, I did it. That was painful. I will.
It was 9:05. I thought, God, I've kept this down really well. Hasn't he? So proud of me.
I was thinking, we're nearly there at like 20 past, and now it's 1:30. I'm like, oh, fuck's sake. Right, here we go then.
That was a lot clearer and all.
Was it?
I never
Good.
knew it. It actually said Daz is bald halfway through.
Oh, fair. I'm glad you finally heard that. Right, let's get on with this. I can't be asked. I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning.
Whee.
Clue number 1. I played for both sides of one of the biggest city rivals in football.
Ooh. Biggest city rivals. So what do you reckon? So that's
You got what? Liverpool, Everton.
Liverpool, Everton, yeah. Or you could have Villa, Birmingham, Rangers, Celtic. Did you say in football or British football or English football?
I'm not saying it again.
Did you say football and that was it?
I did say the word football, yes.
No, like English or British in front of it.
Well, if you didn't listen, that's your problem.
Oh, for fuck's sake. And then I'm thinking we're gone straight to England, haven't we? It could be Madrid, Milan, could be Montari, played for AC and Inter. No, well, fuck it, I'm going to go for that. Is it Solly Montari?
Hey!
Oh! The Hail Mary!
Ooh.
When it was needed, there
We
you go.
needed it.
It's the
There
half
we
time,
are.
which is the half time we wanted.
Straight away, you did a Dazz's Hail Mary.
I've never done one before. Woo!
Clue number 1, that's it. Bosh,
There we
done.
When
go.
we needed a
Gosh,
last-minute
done.
winner, we got one.
We got one, Russ at the back post.
Ooh.
Right. Safe travels to all those going out to Lincoln boys. Thank you for joining me as well. Don't forget 20% discount at what's it bloody called?
Brilliant. That looks good, doesn't it? Florio's.
Florio's the Italia, that's it. I wanted to call it Italia Floros, I don't know why. Yeah, go and get 20% off. Enjoy your time, boys. Enjoy your evening. See you next week.